This morning on your Fast Track to 7, police are looking for a missing Fargo teen. 16-year-old Tayana Valika was last seen around 5 yesterday evening in the 1800 block of 39th Street South in Fargo.
Be sure to contact Red River Dispatch with any information. That number is 701-451-7660. The funeral is over and thousands of people are packing the streets of London right now to get a glimpse of Queen Elizabeth's funeral procession.
Live coverage of that procession is on NBC, and CBS is just about to wrap up. However, you can still catch the last minutes of Valley News Live online. The Valley Today will continue online until 7 a.m. and then it will switch on over to the Fargo CW as well as online.
Time now for a look at our storm team forecast. Good morning, Lisa Green.
Good morning. Today we are starting our day with some thunderstorms out there, and the threat for some strong to even severe storms is there for today. We are looking at mainly in the morning and into the afternoon that opportunity for getting some rain, but unfortunately the threat for some of that to be a little bit too strong, with large hail and damaging wind gusts being our two main concerns as far as any of these storms that get to that severe status. I think most of them will stay below that range, but there is that possibility we'll need to watch out for throughout the morning and into the rest of the day, and we'll be right here tracking them for you. Here's a look at the radar right now. It's quiet around the valley, but there is that rain. A couple of storms down towards southern parts of Barnes County, back over into Stutzman, and then even heavier thunderstorm activity over by Bismarck, and that's all moving into the valley, so that will gradually be taking over. Quick look at your visibility reports. There's a little moisture in the air. Some of us have seen our visibility come down a bit, and Badette's one of those places that's struggling. We're down to less than 2 miles visibility there. Here's a look at your forecast for today. Chance for storms during the morning and into the afternoon. Once that clears, sunshine, temperatures soar, upper 70s, even some 80s in the south, and getting windy too today. Check out the end of the week though. It's going to feel much more like fall as we reach that fall equinox on Thursday. Highs only in the 50s, so be ready for some big changes this week.
Yeah, we're really falling into fall this week.
I was going to say it's fall, y'all. We're just on the vibe.
Yeah, we are.
The transition is happening, everybody.
All right, Lisa, thank you this morning.
6:52 now. Additional charges are possible in a deadly hit and run at a North Dakota street dance taking place over the weekend. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 18-year-old Kaylor Ellingson of Grace City was walking on a street near the dance in the town of McHenry around 3 yesterday morning. That's when he was hit by an SUV. He passed away from his injuries at Carrington Hospital.
41-year-old Shannon Brandt of McHenry was later charged with criminal vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of a crash involving injury or death. The State Bureau of Criminal Investigation has been brought in to help determine the circumstances that led to Ellingson's death. Alcohol is believed to be a factor in a crash that killed a Minnesota teen. It happened early yesterday morning on Highway 200 in Cass County, Minnesota. State troopers say the 17-year-old boy from Reamer missed a curve in the road, hit an approach, and then went airborne before rolling.
Now, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was then thrown from the vehicle when it rolled. The State Patrol plans to release more information later on today.
There is new information expected later this morning about an officer-involved shooting in Mapleton from last month. Police were called about shots fired in the home at the 500 block of 5th Street there. It turned into a standoff because officers shot 35-year-old Andrew Martinez. The Cass County Sheriff's Office, Fargo Police, State Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and the State Attorney General's Office are holding a news conference about this at 9 this morning.
A new inspection report from the Minnesota Department of Corrections shows a long list of issues taking place at the Clearwater County Jail in Bagley. The report says the facility is operating at low staffing levels. The jail can hold up to 38 inmates, but only has enough staff for 25.
The report also says workers have not been adequately identifying and reporting maintenance issues. The inspector found mold that was growing on a medical exam room table. The facility will now undergo some yearly inspections.
Well, students are back in class, which means they're also back online on their laptops. So parents are advised to keep a few internet safety tips in mind this school year.
Yeah, the Valley Today's Jillian Trudeau joins us live this morning with what parents need to know about what their students have access to. Good morning, Jillian.
Good morning, guys. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Students in today's world are constantly between two worlds, real life and the internet, which teens and kids use for educational and entertainment purposes, but it also allows them to become vulnerable to predators. The Minnesota Department Public Safety Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is advising parents to discuss electronic device etiquette through an online safety checklist, like being a good digital citizen, and report instances of inappropriate online contact to the new BCA tip app called See It, Say It, Send It. The app was created in 2021 to make it easier for people to report threats of violence targeting Minnesota schools. All tips are anonymous, and how it works is the BCA works with partners to plan a response when incidents are reported. The app is designed to help the Bureau learn about threatened and planned violence in order to stop it before it occurs. The BCA notifies either local law enforcement or appropriate authorities if it's not criminal. App is super easy to use. I downloaded it and kind of played around with it, and also how to download the app is on our website.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for keeping our viewers informed. Very important, digital safety.
Yes, Jillian Trudeau in studio, thanks. The numbers keep growing each year in Fargo-Moorhead at the annual Suicide Prevention Walk. Hundreds of people turned out yesterday for the Out of the Darkness rally at Shields Arena to honor the memories of those who have died by suicide and to spread awareness on the importance of mental health.
There are many resources available for people struggling with mental health, from the National Suicide Hotline to local initiatives. The North Dakota chapter for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention says having these kinds of initiatives are critical.
It's important for the survivors to talk about the feelings that they're having, the loss that they feel, because it's a forever thing.
For information on suicide prevention, find this story on the VNL News app, and remember that mental health hotline is 988.
The Minnesota Supreme Court will hear arguments tomorrow on whether or not to allow cameras in state courtrooms permanently. Special approval was granted for the high-profile trials of former police officers Derek Chauvin and Kim Potter, and those proceedings were viewed by millions of people from around the world.
An advisory committee of Minnesota judges, attorneys, and court personnel is recommending the court continue its routine of keeping cameras out, but media outlets and advocacy groups say it is time for the state to embrace technology like the neighboring states of North Dakota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. In our schemes and ripoffs this morning, Facebook scams for people buying and selling online. One Fargo woman says a scammer tried to threaten her with a call to the FBI. She says she was trying to sell items online when she met the scammer.
It all started as a simple conversation and discussion about using the platform Zelle for the money exchange, but an email told her she was dealing with a shady customer.
Well, they had sent me this email, and when I read the email, that was like the big one, because you can look at it and see that, I mean, it's obviously not from Zelle. There was all kinds of typos and stuff like that, so it was pretty easy to see that that was fraudulent.
For tips on how to deal with the scammer, find them on the VNL News app on this story.
Well, it's a big blow to former NDSU Bison football star Trey Lance. The 49ers quarterback is out for the season because of a broken ankle, and he's headed in for surgery this morning. Lance went down yesterday with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of the 49ers' eventual 27-7 win over the Seattle Seahawks.
Lance's injury will continue into this year after only 2 starts last season because of a left knee sprain and then a pinky injury in the preseason. Backup Jimmy Garoppolo is taking over on the field. He is set to be the starter for the rest of the season.
All right, traffic alert ahead. A couple of new road projects in West Fargo to be watching out for. Starting tomorrow, eastbound 13th Avenue from 3rd to 6th Streets East will be down to 1 lane for underground repair work. That project should take about 2 weeks.
Also starting tomorrow, concrete repairs on 9th Street East will impact your drive through mid-November. Watch for intermittent lane changes between 2nd and 13th Avenues during that work. The job should be done around November 19th.
Well, thanks for hanging on with us online this morning, everyone. A big deal, obviously, with the Queen's funeral and that procession, as again, thousands of folks still lined on the streets. You can watch that live on our channel right now.
Yes, of course, and the Today Show and CBS Morning are going to continue there as well if you would like to switch over to your TV. Otherwise, if you have the Fargo CW, we will be live on your TV on that channel here in just less than 1 minute. So we'll see you over there. Have a good one.